Now viewers, let's shift our focus back to the breaking developments that we are tracking. The centre has appointed V. Narayanan as the new chairman of the Indian Space Research Organisation and Secretary, Department of Space. Mr. Narayanan will take over from S. Somanath, the current head of the organisation, on January 14th. In a notification, the Appointments Committee of the Cabinet has said that Mr. Narayanan, who is the head of the Liquid Propulsion Systems Centre, Valiamala, will have a tenure of 2 years. Mr. Narayanan, who will also be the chairman of the Space Commission, played a crucial role in India's development of the cryogenic engine, a technology that was denied to the country. He is a distinguished scientist, apex scale and senior most director in the ISRO. The Liquid Propulsion Systems Centre, which he heads, is engaged in the development of liquid, semi-cryogenic and cryogenic propulsion stages for the launch vehicles, chemical and electric propulsion systems for the satellite control systems for launch vehicles, and transducer development for space system health monitoring. Now viewers, the decision-making body in all launch vehicle projects and programs and the chairman of the national level human certification board for Gaganyaan, India's planned human space flight mission. Let's now listen in to the ISRO chairman V. Narayanan.
ISRO is a great organization and it is a great responsibility given to me by Honorable Prime Minister Modi ji, and ISRO is a organization which has been started in the year 1962. Last 62 years, outstanding contribution is done for the society and the country, and you take any field, excellent contribution is made, and this organization is led by very great leaders like Professor Vikram Sarabhai, Professor Satish Dhawan, Professor U.R. Rao, Kasturingan sir, and Dr. Radhakrishnan sir, Kiran Kumar sir, Dr. Sivan sir, and then of course the present chairman, Mr. Somanath. So great leaders have given leadership role to the organization.
Now viewers, let's take a close look in fact on who is V. Narayanan. And as we in fact go into the history of where he comes from, let's take a look at some of the facts. V. Narayanan has been appointed as the new ISRO chairperson, replacing the incumbent S. Somanath. And if we look at in fact his backgrounder and from where he studied, he has been a director of the ISRO LPSC. And V. Narayanan is serving as the director of currently Liquid Propulsion Systems Centre in ISRO. And he has joined in ISRO in the year 1984. So that's actually a very long time, given the fact nearly 40 years he has worked in various capacities, contributing to the significant space propulsions and decisions and assignments and regarding to in fact critical time that in fact India's ISRO and the entire space exploration has gone through. Cryogenic expertise is what his area of domain and expertise is like. Developed cryogenic propulsion systems for GSLV and GSLV Mk3 launch vehicles. The expertise in cryogenic division in fact is his main forte. PhD in aerospace is his qualification. The educational qualification of V. Narayanan, he is completed from IIT Kharagpur, contributing directly into the Indian cryogenic propulsion system. The qualification that in fact Mr. V. Narayanan holds also comes from the premier institute in India for engineering. The GSLV Mk3 propulsion is designed and developed cryogenic and liquid propulsion system for the GSLV and GSLV-3 Mk. The Chandrayaan missions have also been put in spotlight under his supervision. He delivered the propulsion system for Chandrayaan 2 and Chandrayaan 3. That has been in fact at the most highlight and the most crucial contributions of V. Narayanan. The human space flight, he is working on the propulsion systems for the Indian human space flight, the Gaganyaan mission that we are speaking about, the next gen propulsion, leading the design of a semi-cryogenic system with the locks, kerosene and new engines. The next gen propulsion is what it is given to understand, and this is also very important to understand given the kind of contributions Mr. V. Narayanan has made so far. Now we talk about awards and recognitions. He is the recipient of IIT Kharagpur Gold Medal, ASI Award and National Aeronautical Prize. Quite a hefty and a rich background of V. Narayanan that we are given to understand. Leadership in ISRO is another added quality that V. Narayanan exudes. He is the chairman of multiple committees managing space, transportation systems and missions. The kind of portfolio and the experience adds up to the responsibility that V. Narayanan has been bestowed with. All right, viewers, and now joining me live on the broadcast is Group Captain Dr. V.N. Jha, who is a former Joint Director, DRDO. Thank you, sir, for speaking to us and appreciate you joining me always. How exactly do you see this, leveling up and the opportunity that ISRO has now bestowed on V. Narayanan, given the kind of rich and experienced background and expertise that he has? How do you see the way forward for ISRO under his leadership?
Very good afternoon, Simran. Well, it is the reality of the life that once we join the services, we have to leave at some time or the other. And it has been the tradition. There is nothing new. Most of the recent ISRO chairmen have had the tenure of anything 2 to 4 years, 5 years, 6 years. There used to be a days, like when Mr. Satish Dhawan was there for 12 years. His successor, Professor Rao, was for 10 years. Dr. Kasturi Rangan for 9 years or so. Like this, the tradition has been there. And one more thing is very important. Usually, the directors who are at the helm of the affairs in ISRO, they usually groom up the next generation or his successor. And that has been the tradition in any of the prime technological body. ISRO is one of the most, we can say, the prime, the technological body. It's a rocket science. It's no easy task. And in this, usually any person who has got a reasonably high caliber, he has got an overall view of all major systems, whether it is the launcher, which is the satellite, which is the navigation technologies. So anyone who have been in these fields usually get the directorship of the ISRO. And I really congratulate Mr. Narayan to have taken up the job. I compliment the government of India. They must have seen adequate sort of his involvement must have been all through into it, and that is how he is there in that. Wish him very best of the luck, and we even wish Dr. Somanath, Dr. Professor Sivan earlier, all of them the very best of everything that they have in the ISRO. They have all contributed in achieving the ISRO, in letting the ISRO achieve the highest of the platforms that today ISRO is not known the world over. And now Mr. Narayanan, who has taken up, he must be having his hands full. Now, just now we have seen few days before one launch of the SpaceX. Now they are Nisar, there are other many launches which are scheduled. So he must be busy, looking into all those what is in the offing going to come in the near future. And anyone who takes on that position is, must be the highest of the professional in that particular organizations. And we can only wish Mr. Narayan the very best of luck. I'm sure he is going to take ISRO to another heights. And as the present government has opened up the space sector to the private players also, which was not the case earlier from the times of Modi government. Dr. Sivan has seen the privatization take place. He has done many of the hand holdings. So did Dr. Somanath must have held many of the private players' hand. And so Mr. Narayan will also have to do that, because this will enable India to grow up in the space sector to be a major player right now. It's a huge market, and it has to be the private players also which have to contribute to all these happening. So wish them all the very best, and this is only the first step for Mr. Narayanan or Dr. Narayan. He has to climb up many of the steps from here. Wish him all the best. Simran.
All right, Group Captain.